you guys fucking want this, it's yours to fucking take. Alright? Play as hard as you fucking can, leave it all out in the field. This is the last day of fucking paintball that matters for a really, really long fucking time.
Let's go!
Let's go! You gotta feel this shit!
Let's go, boys! Come on!
Get the fuck up, baby! Let's go! Come on now! 1, 2, 3, 3!
Infamous ended 2011 with a disappointing finish at World Cup. We had an opportunity. We played the Russians. We had an opportunity to beat them. We beat them the day before, and then we played them first thing in the morning. You know, we just blew a one-on-one. You know, we blew a 2-on-1. You know, a couple like 3-on-2s, 4-on-2s, like all the low body scenarios you could imagine. You know, we blew those.
Coming off a disappointing 2011 season, several of Infamous's players leave the team. John Richardson retires, then Rusty Glaze and Zach Wake switch to San Diego Dynasty.
Marcelo hurt his knee, and he had to have reconstructive surgery. We didn't know if he was going to be back. Justin Shores went to the Ironman, the World Cup. So basically, we had ended up with Travis, Nikki, Callie, Bobby, and Sewers. You know, were the 5 guys that remained from the year before.
With 5 spots to fill, a group of Midwest players leave Chicago Aftershock and join the remaining Infamous players. Brad McCurley, Drew Templeton, Chris Sosine, Zach Patient, and Damian Ryan are eager for the fresh start after having a frustrating experience with Aftershock.
What?
Hey,
never shoot anyone.
That was good.
All you do is claim kills.
Why don't you shut
Claim
up?
killer. Kill climber.
What?
It was tough because we all looked up to Shock growing up. Like when you're in the Midwest, Badlands, Shock is the name. So they're the only pro team around here. So you look up, you look forward to getting to that level, which we all did. And then once we got there, it was just frustrating, constantly losing. Like we were excited to make Sunday, which is not the right mentality. You should be excited to win a tournament.
Throughout the year, it was kind of like my mentality was to kind of end my career on that team. And we got the opportunity to go to Infamous. I mean, it was kind of something we all wanted to do, and I'm not going to get my ass kicked all year. So we all came over to Infamous. It's all the same guys I wanted to play with on the other team. We're just playing on a different team and doing better, so it worked out.
He's a fucking turtle, and this needs to be something else. It's not gator. You're already practicing for 2 weeks. What about a chinchilla?
Hey, what are we doing?
It's a different animal.
Chinchilla!
I felt when they got to the team that it was a team. It wasn't that, okay, we lost these guys, so we need to compensate and just pick up a bunch of other dudes that, you know, we think are good. We picked up guys that we thought were going to fit into the team, and I felt great about it. I love all the guys on the team. You know, it's one of the teams where I really feel like I'm at home.
Man, it's too easy.
The first match in Texas is against the previous World Cup champions, Tampa Bay Damage, and will be the first test to see where the team stands.
We had that feeling like we were a really good team, but we were all like mature enough in our careers to know that that doesn't really matter, like what the team we have on paper.
We were trying to do something that not everybody was comfortable with and we didn't practice enough. It ended up screwing us in the end.
Hey, let's just chill out and play some fucking paintball.
Todd likes to throw this little, it's called an option play. I mean, I had trouble understanding it.
That first game, you know, guys were kind of unsure of exactly what we were doing. You know, it's like, okay, this is what I want to do. Do you understand? And it's like, I'm gonna go out there.
Really couldn't piece together anything in that match and just slowly fell further and further away from us.
Chad came running down the field and stuck me in the head, made my head ring, and I came back in the pit and it was bleeding. And then that's those times they're like, your ear's bleeding. I'm like, I fucking know, just leave me alone.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and I also kind of ear-holed Brad just because I don't like him very much.
I wanted to put on
I know for the Midwest crew, we're not really used to a coach that's intense as Todd, that knows the game as well as Todd. And we're kind of used to like freestyling, doing our own stuff once we get on the field. So it took a lot for us to get used to following a game plan and trusting in it and believing in it.
Let me do my job and you guys do your fucking jobs, okay? If that's not the way it's gonna be, then I'm not gonna do this, all right? Trust me, trust in each other, that we can fucking do this.
I can see his point, like why does he waste his time telling us what to do if we're not gonna listen to him because we think we know better, and we don't know better because we're not in the same position he is.
When you guys start fucking bombarding me with fucking shit, then I just have to tell you no, and no, and no, and no. All right, well, you're wasting my time.
I hate it when guys come up to me and are just crying about, you know, what's happening or what's not happening, you know, but they're not really seeing the big picture of what's going on.
I want positive, good, useful information. This guy shot here, he shot here. I didn't make it out there. I'm getting out there fine. That's all the fuck I want to know.
I think guys were worrying too much about, you know, if something was going to work instead of just going out and trying to make it happen.
If you're not comfortable with the play, I'll play the same 5 guys the whole time. And we'll fucking play the guys that do understand how to run the play.
If I tell you I need you to sit here and shoot 12 pods this way, that's all I need you to do.
After the first match against Damage, Todd pulled us aside, regrouped us, pretty much just walked us through it step by step and made it simple and easier for us to understand. And now that we got a hold of it, I think it's paying off way better.
Woo! Let's go, boys!
After the first game against Damage, we played 187, and you only get 4 games in the prelims, and you screwed 2 of them up, and you're almost done, So we came out and handled business.
I mean, not to take anything away from 187, but like it was a game to where like we had to find that regroup and go out there and spank somebody.
The conditions were all right when we started, but I think the monsoon hit right in the middle of our match.
You can hardly get paint under your gun, let alone see where you're shooting.
Despite the conditions, Infamous still pulls away with a 7-3 win. However, the horrible conditions continued overnight and destroyed all the fields by the morning. For the first time in PSP history, all the remaining pro games would be postponed until the next event, and Infamous would wait until Phoenix to finish their matches.
With those conditions and it getting pushed back another month, it's kind of like took the wind out of our sails with like wanting to really show what we can do. So we had to kind of like find that again before Phoenix.
I don't think we felt super confident just because we didn't really test our skills. I mean, there's not much you can do in a monsoon downpour to play paintball. It makes things complicated.
In Phoenix, the team picked up from where they left off and mentally prepared themselves for their third prelim match against Moscow Red Legion.
I actually went up a side in a 2-on-2 and ended up getting a major penalty, which cost us pretty bad.
Oh no, we got a major.
I fucking asked that rep!
Hurry up, Bob. Hey, we got tons of time, boys. 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Kill this penalty. Get the fucking point. Let's go.
It's a very heated match. Penalties were flying both ways, but I mean, you got a penalty because you got shot. Like, so we were still doing our job of shooting them. They just wasn't working out for them.
The rushing game was really back and forth. We were up 4-3 and ended up getting a quick point and tying it 4-4 with less than a minute left.
There was like, I think 45 seconds left on the clock. And I think our mentality going to that point was, if we can win it now, let's win it now.
Greg does not know how to dive correctly, if you noticed. He likes to break his loader off consistently, and he happened to break his loader off in this point in particular when we needed him the most.
We went out there with our go-to play and it worked. And I remember personally going down the field and getting a couple G's and grabbing that flag and hanging it with a few seconds left and taking that victory.
That's the way! Hey, that's the way to be, Brad! 110% all weekend!
You know, it's like a motivational lift to win a good match with 1 second left. That kind of raised everybody up for like the rest of that tournament, the rest of the next tournament, and then the whole season.
We keep believing in ourselves and putting in that same fucking effort, we got this, all right?
Keep
One
this shit
more
going,
game,
boys.
and we're fucking playing the rest of this afternoon, all right? Let's go, boys, come on. Plums, plums, plums! Tuck my plums! Eat my plums! 1, 2, 3, team!
For all the former Aftershock players, this next game is more personal for them. When Aftershock split up at the end of the 2011 season, half of their core players went to Infamous, while several others went to Houston Heat.
They say that when it rains, it pours their rain.
The last game of the prelims, we ended up playing Heat. It was really just a battle, back and forth, back and forth.
Falling from out of the sky.
It's falling down on me.
Rain, calm down, fall down. Rain, calm down, fall down. Falling from out of the sky.
When I forgot to close the blinds, I couldn't sleep, kept waking up from all the shine. Glare in my eyes, I'm off 3 hours, eat, sleep, repeat, grind again. It's what he does that others don't do is what's defining him. I never would've thought the words wrote on a page would have me on the other side of earth on the stage. I never would've thought there was a stage on earth that made me feel more at home besides my place of birth. I'm from gunslinging CA, where every move is watched and watched back for instant replay. So many days and nights with ink bleeding pages. Fall asleep on flights, call it sleeping with strangers. Now back to the city of angels where the rain is.
Falling from out of the sky.
It's falling down on me.
Rain, calm down.
We were up 5-4 versus Heat, and then me and Nikki had a 2-on-1 versus Sloviak.
I'm in the pit and I'm just like, all right, don't shoot him. There's like 3 minutes left. Just don't shoot him.
How about it? It's 4 minutes. Night, night.
Literally, I was just like putting one ball every few seconds, honestly just messing around, and he happened to head check into one.
Oh, man! That was one ball! Hey, let's go, baby. That's right.
I was, being myself, talking trash to Sloviak because he's not one of the better guys on that team. And it was instant karma immediately right after that. It was they scored a quick point, made it 6-5, and then they just ran away with it.
The challenger swung, the champ fell, they kicked him out of there. I throw raps to sea in a bottle to float, like a lost SOS that a novelist wrote. The wind blew and popped the top, they read the letter. To whom it may concern, my sick words under the weather.
Falling from out of the sky.
It's falling down on me.
Rain, calm down, fall down. Rain, calm down, fall down. Falling from out of the sky.
It's falling down on me.
Rain, calm down, fall down.
We thought that we had it already, and they came back and just threw 3 points up on the board. I mean, it sucks, but you know, shit happens.
Despite their disappointing loss, Infamous sneaks into the quarterfinals with a 2-2 record and will face a rematch against Houston Heat just a few hours later.
I was kind of happy we were going to play them because I wanted some revenge. I wanted to get a little something back out of that first game.
We get up 3-2, it's back and forth, good point, and then something just clicked for them, and they were on point, and they ran up, I think it was 4 quick points.
They just were on their game that day. We just kind of just let it slip away again. You know, it started off, you know, back and forth points, and then a bunch of those guys, Fedorov and Mishka, they were just playing really good. LJ was playing good, and they just ran with it.
You know, we just stepped on our dicks and couldn't come out and fucking play the way we wanted to play.
We made a big push at the end of the game. We were going through the field trying to do what we could, and it just didn't go our way. And, you know, the team was crushed, obviously, because we have so much talent on the team. You know, it was just a really hard loss because we really felt like we were going to go all the way that tournament. But the rest of the year is where we're going to come back.
Losing twice in one day is hard. It's heartbreaking for anybody, but losing twice to the exact same team was even harder. Every one of us had to do a little soul searching that night because we didn't have 2 months to go home and recoup for the next tournament. I mean, 24 hours later, we started Phoenix.
The following day meant a new event in Phoenix, and Infamous would face off the LA Ironmen to kick off their games.
We came out and just, I don't know what it was, we were not prepared, and they put it on us the first few points.
Hey, did we cut the play today or not? Did we cut the fucking play today or not?
We were losing guys on the break, you know, and we were getting chopped up, trying to spread the field. Paxton was doing a great job of, you know, laning.
When they laid it on Greg like that, Greg just walking off taking hits. And we're like, we got to get back out on the field and put it back on him.
Tell me, has our time run? Tell me, is there no hope now? Tell me, will we make it out? I don't want to be let down. Tell me, has our time run out?
I ended up getting a penalty going up to the center and had so much adrenaline going throughout my body. I mean, I could have felt it, I may not have felt it, but you know, more than anything, that was just crushing for me because I felt like I let us down.
It feels really good to win all 4 prelim games, and when you lose the first one, you're like, fuck, man. I mean, sometimes it's a good wake-up call, sometimes it's a bad one.
Hey, bring it in over here right now.
Todd was he was toddler, dude. He was mad.
You know, he's a great coach, and he inspires you while he's yelling at you. He gets you pumped up to get better and go out the next game and be great, which is what he wants out of you.
He really set us straight with what we needed to do, and that's good. That's what you need from a coach. And he didn't hold a grudge. He's just you got to fix it or we're not going to win. So it's you choose. He's I'll give you the best information I can, but you got to actually get it done on the field. And he told us in a pretty fired up way.
Yeah, I mean, we came out the next match. We played 187, which we're expected to win, but we took some of our frustrations out of them for sure.
Played them several times this year, and every time we played them, it's been a tough game. None of them have been easy. I think they might have gotten a couple penalties when we played them, but regardless, you know, those guys would just attack.
I tried to play the X, and I mean, it's pretty much ride or die. I went through and got 2 or 3 kills quick. I'm like, that was easy, let's try it again. So the next point I go out there, I go straight to the X, and I don't know if Nicky just doesn't like me or what, but he just fucking destroyed my back at the X, and all he could say was sorry. There's another point I ran through, shot the X guy, I went to get the corner guy, and Nicky destroyed my back again.
He's trying to run down the field and steal my kills. I gotta get him off the field.
I shot him! Oh, no, I shot him!
We still won the match, and the penalty didn't really affect the game much.
After getting off to a rough start, Infamous finishes their day going 1-1. They await their next game tomorrow against Tampa Bay Damage, who has won the past 3 events in a row.
Everything that happened Thursday does not fucking matter. Everything that happened on Friday does not fucking matter. The only thing that matters is how the fuck we come out right now. 110% fucking effort all the way across the board. You go as hard as you fucking can. We have to win this game, but we won't be playing on Sunday. We can afford to come out play. Hey, let's go! Everybody get up and stay up!
They did exactly what we thought they were going to do.
These scars, they scream defeat. Here's my resignation. So
I scouted them heavily. You know, I spent a lot of time watching their game. Basically, started running game plans similar to what they were running to just try and play heads up with them and you know, let our guys battle it out. You know, see who wanted to fight for it more.
just take it away. Not find a hero. Take it away. No second chance. Who am I?
All of a sudden I look right and it's like, oh, I think I'm the only one left. I hear Randall, hey, he's running up the Doritos. So I don't even know where he is. I just turn my gun and I just like shoot a lane in front of the 50 Dorito. But he's out, and now it's 1-on-1, and I think it was against J-Rab. So we're up 1-0 at that point, and so it's a big 1-on-1. I know I gotta beat this kid. I don't know why I got out of the Aztec, because that's probably the best bunker to be in a 1-on-1. But I ran to the can. I wasn't really comfortable in that bunker at all. Like I go to go left, and I look down and I see my shadow, and I'm like, okay, he can see my shadow. You know, I just jump over the top, put him in. I jump over the top and shoot. I'm like, wow, that looked good.
Grill is full up, Sos. Jump shot!
I did not just shoot that kid over the top of the bunker.
Hey, give me a jump shot, baby.
Yeah, baby. Hey, way to be. That was just a huge momentum swing, and we ended up just taking it to him the rest of that match.
There was like a little freaking cunt hair hit on the top of my loader, and I pull a red flag, and I'm just like, motherfucker.
It was just a battle from start to finish. I mean, we were getting penalties, they were getting penalties. I think we had 2 majors. Got caught slipping, and I didn't feel like punching myself in the face, so I just punched my loader. The loader didn't win.
Hey, we either go wide or you fucking go to Chicago and be alive.
Bro, I could go there. You had me in the back center. Getting fucking.
We have 4 fucking guys, bro.
Well, send me out wide. Me and Todd just have a great relationship.
Seriously, shut the fuck up.
I know how to push his buttons. He knows how to push my buttons, but he also knows how to get the best out of me when he wants me to perform out on the field.
We need somebody that's gonna be alive over here.
Just fucking let me get out.
Hey, go to the Chicago and play straight up.
When we actually got the win over them, it really opened our eyes, and I think it helped the team come together even more. You know, we wanted to carry that feeling and that style of play and tenacity, you know, just continue that throughout the whole year and really build off of it.
Hey, what's the difference between what we did yesterday and what we did today?
Ray Lewis.
The only thing is fucking how hard we came out. We dictated the tempo from the fucking beginning. We can fucking beat anybody in this league, and guess what? Let's go whoop the piss out of Shock. They didn't fucking take us seriously. Motherfuckers better take us seriously. We need to take ourselves seriously. All right, let's go. Hey, here we go. Lead, baby. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team!
The next match we had against Chicago after Shock, they are just in your face, and they came out against us and threw it at us. I just don't think we were ready for it.
Sewers, the red squirrel, was in full penalty effect. He took over Zach Wake's job.
I got shot in the face, got a major for it. Somebody else got a penalty. Dude in the stands got a penalty.
Hey, Bob. Baby shooting across. We got to burn this major up.
We're not gonna get anywhere by
Hey, we're not gonna get anywhere by fucking coming apart! Stay the fuck together!
I think they scored 2 or 3 quick points on us. It was like, wake up, bitches, like it's time to come back and get them.
bucks away, guys. Nick, hey, Nick, let's go. Night, right? Let's go.
After a long nail-biter with Aftershock, the team still manages to pull away with a 7-4 win and advance to the quarterfinals. However, the team knows the game wasn't their best performance, and they can't afford to make the same mistakes tomorrow against a very hungry Moscow Red Legion.
We ended up playing the quarterfinals in Phoenix against the Russian Legion, which we had beat that same weekend, but it was in the Texas event, and it was the same layout, so we felt very confident. We thought we were going to beat them up pretty good.
Come on, guys!
Oh, yeah, boys! 1, 2, 3, team! Here we go! Here we go!
Oh my God, the stability of my psyche is weakening way far below the time that we have seen before. I don't know how you let me get this low. Leave me alone, let me slide down the
We had the lead, and then it was just like we hit a brick wall. Our front guys were losing. We weren't hitting our shots on laning, and they were, you know, and it showed when they go and, you know, do 5 unanswered points.
She'll sit outside the bathroom waiting for the day to come where I'll finally end up dead with my head between my legs. I'm so sorry.
It's like by the time we realized it, we just couldn't really put it together and come back. I think one kid ran around the snake corner all the way to the 50 snake on the break and wrapped and just like blew us away like, on the break. I didn't play that point, I'm just watching it and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Watch my head smack off the foyer floor. Leave me alone. Let me slide down the wall. Let my head smack off the foyer floor. My liver screams, my lungs agree, my conscience is bleeding, and I'll never get 'em back. No, I'll never get 'em back. She said you're killing me. This wasted time is finally catching up to me, and I'll never get it back. No, I'll never get it back.
Losing in the same round on the same field for 2 events that fast definitely sucks, but it just really opened our eyes on what we needed to work on and take that to the practice field.
We just have to get better as a team, you know, and I see that happening with this team. You know, everyone's hungry, everyone wants it, so, you know, it's only a matter of time.
After 2 disappointing 5th place finishes, Infamous heads to the Windy City for the NPPL Chicago event, which takes place at Infamous's home field, CPX Paintball.
Came into that tournament like the other tournaments, like we need to win this thing, but it was a different feeling of like we're gonna win this thing.
Everyone on the team, more than anything, I think that we felt that we should win on our home turf. That is the field that sponsors us fully and takes care of us. And, you know, we felt that we had to win for our team, for our sponsors, and for the field. You know, we were just basically guns blazing. Everyone was on their game for the most part, and we really, really just were a force to be reckoned with throughout the whole tournament.
The way we played in MPBL Chicago was great. That was the moment where we all found that unity and like we trusted each other, like no arguments, everyone trusted the plays, like we all did what we were supposed to do.
Looking at the team, you know, we finally started really coming together, you know, and we had a couple practices right before that event at CPX. We just, you know, we're on point. You know, we were hitting our shots. Our front guys were making their spots and doing damage, what you want out of front guys. You know, everyone was just playing awesome.
Give me a fucking win! Give me a fucking win! Go! Let's go!
It came down to a 3-on-3 with Impact for the championship, for everything, for all the marbles. You know, we figured out where the bodies were. We got a G on the break, and I was able to capitalize on that G and get to the snake and just crawl down it and finish off.
It felt so great to just win with my guys at what is our home field. It felt great, man. We pleased the sponsors, we pleased the home crowd, we pleased CPX, and it was a good feeling. It really gave us a big confidence boost, and it really carried on to the next PSP event.
Coming in the PSP Chicago, you know, we were all amped up already. Once again, you know, we're on our home field. That's where we practice, and that's where we just came off a victory. We had good vibes over there, and we just handled business.
That day, that day I was thirsty, heard me searching, working, flirting, started my converting, serving, and then we're serving this life for that That day I was thirsty, heard me searching, working, flirting, we started my converting, serving, and then we're serving this life for that If it's worth it, baby, try to serve.
Damage is obviously something you don't want to draw first round, but we came out, we controlled the match, we played our style of paintball, we made them play our style, and this, I think, start to finish, we just put it on them.
Wave it in the atmosphere, flagging all down here. It's a fortunate place with the grace of your face to take me on a chase to the end of our day, where we spend with every second we take with all our friends. We together, this here in the present, we be flying in the desert, we be them to the end of our day, where we spend with every second we take with all our friends. We together, this here in the present, we be flying into heaven, we be. And we be giddy, giggy, figgy, imagination aboard the nitty-gritty, plug our city to civilization on a vacation.
It's like everybody knew their job. They knew they need to not let this guy do this, and they need to do this when they have the opportunity to, and everybody did it. Like, no one hesitated, and everybody did what they needed to do to win, and it was hard to stop us because we had 5 dudes that knew exactly what they needed to do, and everybody was doing their job great.
I'm trying to find my bird call. We heading south for the winter, I give it a good go, tiptoeing through this mess that we call home. We set the motion, coasting as we go, and then we started searching, working, flirting, set it to converting to that day I was thirsty, heard me searching, working, flirting, started my converting, serving, and then we're serving this life for that that day.
They were the only team that really challenged us and brought the game to us, as opposed to letting us control the tempo, which is why it's a more complicated battle.
I keep my blimps hillside, riding low gangs. I see kickback, sipping hydro danger. Beantown, greaser, green and white jersey, see me on the back right. Posting with your girl, so you know you better hack right. Flipping Donald, calling tastic. Fist beating, just bumping life, let me grasp it. Ask it a question, lesson testing my step and my rep is prepping and pepping. Got people fretting, connecting the dots. Ooh la la la, don't stop. One is a road, ticket taking to the top. Drop, baby, come cup of feel, hit the spot. Both hands on the wheel for the funk. Honk, beep, we some bad motherfuckers when we rockin' the street. We got the funk, honk, beep, just a bad motherfucking like, bad motherfucking like. Now I'm a gangster when I'm riding my bike, now that. And I'm a gangster when I turn up the lights, yeah. And I'm a gangster when I'm doing my thing. We got this whole city rockin' like, And I'm a gangster when I'm riding my bike. And I'm a gangster when I turn out the lights. And I'm a gangster when I'm doing my thing. I got this whole city rockin' like, whole city rockin' like this. Now I'm a gangster cause my city's a fresher breath air. Don't care, I just flick it, it's there. Forthcoming, new sound with a marvelous talk. I cut it short and down the boardwalk looking for that short job. Quick talk, baby, be that hip hop. Strutting in the flip flops, gimme waist style funk. Honk, honk, I beat bad motherfuckers when we rockin' the streets. Now that's gang. Now I'm a gangster when I'm riding my bike. Now that's gang. Now I'm a gangster when I turn off the lights. Yeah, that's gang. Now I'm a gangster when I'm doing my thing. I got this whole city rockin' like, whole city rockin' like this. I'm a gangster when I'm riding my bike. Now that's gang. Now I'm a gangster when I turn off the lights. Yeah, that's gang. And I'm a gangster when I'm doing my thing. I got this whole city rockin' like, whole city rockin' like this. And I've been serving, and I've been working, and I've been searching this long way home. And I've been serving, and I've been working, and I've been searching this la-di-di-da-da-da.
That was the first time I'd ever been on a team that went 4-0, and that was a good feeling because that's how the big boys do it. You go 4-0 and you get that rest for Sunday, and you come out, you get to scout teams, and that was a good feeling. It just felt like we were the real deal.
The first 2 tournaments we lost in the quarters 2 times in a row in 3 days, you know, and it's frustrating. So that bye meant a lot to us because it puts us past that first round on Sunday. Straight in the top 4, no quarters because we already won it. We earned the bye, which is pretty much better than winning the match Sunday morning, I think, because mentally you get everybody like, all right, you know what, fuck it, it's on. 2 points, 2 matches, game over. Tournament's ours.
Use that energy, baby. Take mine. Take what you got. Come on. Bring it. All that shit, boy. Let's go. Come on now, team. Everybody get the fuck up and let's go.
We won our prelim matches, so we went straight to play the Ironman. We basically beat them up pretty good.
We owed them one from Phoenix. You know, that's my old team. You know, so I always try and put them down, you know. I know Paxton tried to do it to me. Everyone was just focused.
We actually ended up switching things up a little bit on Sunday, you know, because we watched the Dynasty Ironman game and really saw, you know, some different things that they were doing that hadn't really been done throughout the whole event, and kind of used a few different guys like Damian and Bobby and Callie in different ways, and Nikki. You know, we started setting Nikki up a lot more early instead of having him shoot, and really allowed us to create locks on zones better to get our wide guys up the field. You know, and I think Greg was really pushing those Dorito sides hard.
A couple points, Todd would switch stuff up and send me the snake side, and I just wanted to get down the field and, you know, get as many G's as I could and get the win. I mean, we were putting it on the Ironman, and when you have a lead like that, sometimes teams like to just sit back, but we didn't want to let off the gas at all.
You know, we threw up 6-0, and I think they scored 1 point or 2 points, and then, you know, it was just too far out of their reach.
I like to do a little Florida boy. A little lean back with my snapping sometimes, just because it's quicker and efficient. But anyways, I ended up getting a little snap battle with LJ. And you can blame it on the lean back if you want, but I think he just put a good one on me because it's foolproof 95% of the time.
I was the last guy left in the snake corner. Spick was trying to run me down on the snake tape. I thought I put paint on him, and he just runs by and gives me a bunch in my head. And another dude from the Dorito shoots the shit out of me, so I'm just like, I have hits all over me. And he's talking shit to me, and I'm like, talk all the shit you want, it's like we're beating the fucking shit out of you.
The Ironman games always seem to get a little bit heated between us. I don't know why. Spick had come down and bunkered Drewby and gave him a little like extra love, and then, you know, we kind of had to just come out there and drop the hammer on him that last point. I think he was the last guy alive, so I just ran down and bunkered him and clapped him up a little bit.
At that point in the year, in the tournament, we had so much confidence in every single person on the team, in Todd as a coach, in our coaches on the sideline, that we really felt that we deserved to win that game.
We were on a roll from the prelims, playing so on point that we weren't going to let it slip away. We were winning no matter what.
Chicago is always a big deal for me personally because it's like kind of like the hometown event. My parents always come out to watch. Like I have friends and family, so it's always a big deal. It's like I already had in my head, it's like this is the year we win Chicago. It's like winning Chicago Pro. It's like that's a big deal to me, and it's great to see my parents out there watching us.
Going up against the Russians now in the finals, you know, it's a chance to redeem ourselves against the team that put us out of the last event in the quarterfinals. What better way to do it than, you know, in the show, in the dance.
Can we get this shit going, boys? Everybody get the fuck up and let's go. Do not come out flat around here. Everybody get up and fucking stay up, all right? We got 20 minutes to fucking show that we belong here and that we deserve this shit. Everybody needs to step up, all across the board. Kill, kill, kill. Goal it, goal it, goal it.
Made a good move into the snake insert bunker really quick. It's hard to say you got shot because of the sidelines, but it's like our sidelines like, shoot this guy, and I look, and he's just freaking shooting at me and just blasting me in the face.
I ended up being the last guy gunfighting 3 guys on my own. When I play paintball, I feel that I can gunfight 5 guys on my own. You have to have that mentality when you're playing at this level. I didn't prevail, but I think I gave a good effort.
It seemed like everybody was so pumped, everybody was firing on all cylinders, everything was going great. And then as soon as we played the Russians, it got quiet in our pit, like it did in Phoenix and Texas. We came out, looked flat, everybody came back into the pit and it was super quiet, and I was just not gonna let that happen.
Hey, we need to get the fuck up right the fuck now, motherfuckers! Stop being so fucking flat! Everybody get the fuck up! I ain't not fucking around here, okay?
One of Todd's tactics is if the more energy he gives off, it motivates everybody else. And he was just going nuts in the pit, and everybody's like, we gotta wake up right now or we're not gonna win this tournament.
Hey, I did not come here to play around, boys! Let's go, boys! You got this shit!
And that second point was really long. It was 5-on-5 for like a really long time, and none of us had any paint. And I like being the guy that makes the move and break things open. It's like I want to make the move to them, put them on their heel. Ended up doing that and shot a few people.
Yeah, listen again. We take up guns and blow it all away. Brothers lost to who we are. In terror we exchange. Sleepwalking into mass graves. Modern soul like slaves. It's the end of the old. A new era unfold. Like a thief in the night, taking everything. We won't hear you. We won't hear you.
We needed a quick, fast point. The call was go to X on the break. You know, was able to get a G from shooting Kirill, wrapped around, shot him, and then ran down and, you know, just bunkered out the last Russian guy. Some people say it was unnecessary, but I mean, I'm just coming around a bunker and his head happened to be there.
It's the end of the old. A new era unfolds.
There was one point I was in the tower and Barytnikov came through the X, and I don't really know why he didn't just run through and like trade out me or whatnot, but he came to my tower and he just stood there and I saw a shadow, and I think his own team might have shot him, but I also did the old Florida boy lean back and I caught him with like a debunk is what you want to say, and he ended up catching a major for that. They still won the point, but I feel like that major gave us like, all right, you know what, we can come back. 5-on-4 for 2 minutes, let's score a couple points, and I feel like that was a good turning point for that championship match for us.
Hey, we need a win on this one.
Fires raging in black days, casting a new light. No more objects in our way, the path comes into sight. Kings and thieves, all hunted men, running in the night.
Drew was getting tired, you know, and Brad just had a couple good games, and he was like, I'm ready to go, you know. So, I mean, right then we sent him in, but I could also see Bobby was dying. He was tired. You know, it was a tough decision to make as far as the players and the strategy. Every single one of these guys is out there dying of heat exhaustion, but, you know, still giving it all they got.
Win Chicago, boys! Sewers, bring it home! Win this shit!
Me and Travis were really on the same page that we just had this that feeling that you get when you know you're going to win a tournament.
Hey, this is what it's all about right here!
I wound up getting shot right off the break. They actually pulled up in the overtime to add an extra gun on my lane, and I just, you know, didn't get out of the way of the ball. I didn't take anyone with me, so it's 5-on-4, and just sitting there biting my nails.
I went to the tower. My job was just to hold down the Ds. I ended up shooting, I think it was Kirill, out of the Delta, which made it 4-on-4.
The tower on that Dorito side that would look cross and shut down the snake way had looked off of me. So I made an aggressive move into the insert bunker in front of the snake and then worked my way in there. The snake tied tower had actually looked away from me when he probably should have been on me. So I shot Jason out of that tower, and then, I don't know, instincts just told me to check off the God bunker, and there was Rennikov trying to get into the snake. And then all the commotion over there, everything was kind of getting real hectic there for a second. So Marcelo had tried to make a move from the Dorito corner to the Dorito 1. Was able to lean back and throw a lane right before the Dorito. And I had just caught him trying to make that move.
I heard the crowd, like, the energy start to build. I'm like, maybe I'll look that way. I did a little head check, and I see Brad just going to work. I'm like, this is it.
Watching him do that, I wasn't doing much. I was right behind him, just shooting into the corner guy, making sure he didn't do anything, which at that point, Brad had already shot the whole team.
For me, that was my first win ever in PSP, and just the fashion that we did it in overtime against the Russians, and words can't even describe the feeling.
This our house!
We put in lots of work this season so far, the off season, so it just meant the world to us. It was an unreal feeling.
I ended up throwing up after the match, asking the guys to pour some water on me after the event. Basically, that helped me celebrate.
It's pretty just like undescribable feeling of just so excited and happy.
Whose house is this? Our house! Whose house? That's what it fucking feels like! That's what it feels like, baby!
Step up. Came down to one fucking point. One fucking point. OT, Vince. Brutality.
After all this hard work winning, nothing, you can't beat that. You can't beat that feeling. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
My name is Todd Martinez. Duh. Stupid. Yakuza. Stupid ass questions.
I think Zach bleeds out of his ear more than I do, just because he sucks. No, I don't. I hope it's not a blood brother thing, because I don't want some of the stuff Zach has.
We weren't playing as a unit. Yeah. We weren't playing as a unit. I can't talk now. I'm so fucking tired.
Hey, quiet down! Welcome to my party! Shut the fuck up!
Todd is a very cerebral coach. Don't use that.
He comes running at me and just like hits me, like bam! And I thought I was gonna die for a second. I don't think he even remembers it.
That's about it. tired of doing your shit, Yakuza. Rob, I love you, and I miss you. Give me a call.
Thank you for purchasing this Derder video production. Your support helps us continue to make quality productions. If you pirated this video, then you can suck my balls.